Whew, it's been a tough one. Obviously, looking back on last week, we lost heavily to Guildford at home. I'm sure a lot of fans were at the game, so it was a pretty emotional night for us with Gavin retiring. Although I'm not blaming that one iota on how we were on the court, and it's never got going really. I mean, it's all in the stats, as they say. Was really pleased how we came out on the Sunday against Worthing and played some great basketball. Felt pretty confident going into the Wednesday game. Went as many as 8 up in the second quarter, thinking, well, we're great, we could get a 10-point lead going to half time. That'll put a lot of doubt into Guildford's mind. But unfortunately, that 8 points within a minute was back down to 1 through a couple of our mistakes, and then it was nip and tuck right through the second half. We had shots, open shots. We had good looks at the basket. We rebounded the ball really well at the offensive end, but again, unfortunately, we had a chance to win the game and came up short. Ended up losing by 5. In hindsight, when you think about it, we could have probably took a 8 or 9 point advantage there, and if we had just been anywhere near our normal selves on the Saturday night, and ended up winning the tie, on aggregate. But hats off to Guildford. I think that they're playing some good basketball at the minute. It's peaks and troughs during the season.
Was it easy to adjust back to the BBL?
As in the league?
Yeah.
The Worthing game was because we didn't play well, and I had the guys in after the game, and I said a couple of things to them, and I think they knew that the Sunday game was a very big game for us because it was a home game. And we're stuttering just to get, a couple of guys in the rotations and the new guys, and guys are out of form a little bit, and, certain guys are trying to carry the slack, carry the load, and, I just don't want to make excuses. I mean, but I was really pleased with the Worthing game, and I felt that the Guildford game was always going to be a tough one on the Wednesday because we had such a big mountain to climb. But I was disappointed at the end of the game because obviously I felt we had done enough to win the game, and even just that moral boost of winning 2 games back to back, especially on the road at Guildford, who had won 11 out of their last 13, that would have given us a real confidence booster. We try to take the positives out of every game, and then obviously we had the quick turnaround. I mean, unbelievable. We were back from Guildford around, I think, 3 in the morning on the Thursday. Then on the Friday morning, we're flying to Rocks to play that night. And
I think fans don't understand that sometimes. I'm not being patronising, but it's the life of a sportsman, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it is, and it's it is very full on. I mean, when you play 4 games in 7 days, and you're playing 2 home games and on the road to Surrey, and then back to Plymouth, and back on the road to Scottish Rocks, and like I said, flying there is fantastic. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it still takes it out of you. I mean, we're still in a minibus up to Exeter, and then waiting for the flight, and then, on the plane, straight to the hotel, couple of hours rest in the hotel, and then you're in your 4th game in 7 days. And
a team that we're notoriously strong against, I think, they bombed us a few times.
Yeah, this season, I mean, they hurt us obviously at the Pavilions in October. I mean, they were just, they're a team who live and die by the outside J, and that's, everybody said at the beginning of the season that, they were hitting their own shots and playing really well, but their form has dipped because they didn't have an inside presence, although now that, they brought in Will Johnson, but we had our chances up there. I mean, we lost the heartbreaker by a point, but the stats say it all. We had 23 offensive rebounds. We only got 7 or 9 points out of that. I mean, normally off 23 offensive rebounds, you're looking to get 25 to 30 points. I mean, it's a blowout.
Obviously, as a coach, so that's what presumably you look to take into Friday, into the home game.
Oh well, yeah, coming against Sheffield. I mean, you do. You obviously do. You try to. It's a confidence thing, just telling guys to finish around the basket. And the big thing against Rocks, and it's been a kind of Achilles heel for us, yes, is our turnovers. We had 20 again, or 17 against Rocks, I think, and you know, you're just giving teams opportunities to score on you, and you should be looking after the ball a little bit better. But
so that behind you,
mm-hmm.
what can we look forward to Friday? And what type
Well, I mean, first of all, Sheffield are the biggest team you want to see in the league. I mean, they start at point guard at 6 foot, and then after that, it's 6'6", 6'7", 6'7", 6'9". I mean, their off guard is 6'7" in James White. I mean, he's really a small forward or a power forward, and they shoot the three more than anybody else in the league. It seems that every team in the league this year just wants to shoot the three, but we beat those guys by a point up there, and I think they had 34, 35 3-point attempts. I mean, when your big guys step out, your 6'9" centers step out and are draining threes. It's entertaining for the fans, but I mean, obviously we're going all out for the home win, because we're Leicester the next day, and Leicester are very close to us now. I mean, they're currently in the 4th spot, and Sheffield are desperately trying to get in the playoffs. They've got a team who are good enough to be in the playoffs. So we're looking for a big home support on Friday night. Unusual, it's a Friday night game, so it'll be interesting to see how many people will get there. But we've got everything to play for. I mean, it'll be very nice if we get 2 wins this weekend and get us back into the top 4. And
how are the 2 new guys settling in?
Fine. I mean, both of them, Haggai and Gerald, are settling in really well. 2 really good guys, which is very big, as you're well aware, as a Raider. I'm very pleased with both of them. So, hopefully we'll get that win, that all important win against Sheffield.